Walkers, it's Hedonist Jester here. I got a couple questions in regards to Suffocating Curiosity and how I get the wind's damage up so high, what causes damage to be increased, etc. So I decided I was going to post this video here and give you a little bit of a heads up in regards to it. So let's see here. We've got alright. We've got our little beast collar. We were just getting him a couple more levels. But let's see. First, let's go with introductions. Again, I'm Hedonist Jester. You can check out the Demir Assassins channel on Discord for Magic Legends. I'm pretty active there. I field a lot of questions on that channel, but I would much rather just post a video so that you can come see for yourself how, certain things are done, like where to find X artifact or spell, or more specifically, how to get your Suffocating Curiosity wind so high. As far as the spells and artifacts, keep in mind that all spells of all colors and all artifacts in this game are random drops, regardless of the realm that you're hunting in. That's a question that I get fielded the most. In any case, let's go over those different aspects that cause the Suffocating winds, or the Suffocating Curiosity winds, to go up to 200 plus K per tick. And we're going to start off with what is Suffocating Curiosity. So let's go to our loadout, artifacts, and Suffocating Curiosity is right here. You can tell by looking at it that it says whenever you cast a spell that costs blue, you gain greater swiftness, so you run faster, and deal 1,000 damage per second to contacted enemies for 12.5 seconds. You can move through enemies during this effect. So this is great mobility, first of all. It'll let you get from point A to point B in the dungeon really, really quickly. Enemies are not going to block your path, and you're going to be doing it with greater swiftness. But that 1,000 damage per second to contacted enemies is actually not specifically contacted. It is within, I believe it's like a 2-foot meter or a 2-foot radius from you. So you can run past them and still do massive damage. The other thing is it gets 250 blue mana sorcery potency to it, which works out to about 7.5%. It's a good amount. I'm going to go back and edit this video to show you some math as I'm discussing it. But each point of potency is guessed to be around 0.03%. So for 100 potency, you're getting about a 3% bump. The third aspect of this artifact is its level 20 rank unlock, which is what causes the massive damage. Your damage for Suffocating Curiosity will be multiplied 2 times the number of black mana spells in your deck. So you need blue to activate it, then you need black in order to amplify it. If you have 5 black spells in your deck, multiplied by 2 is 10, that 1,000 becomes 10,000. But it's not just that, because then this number is multiplied by your loadout score. So that 10,000 at my loadout score here is 8.45, would be 80,000. Well, about 88,000. It's a high number right there. But that's with no potency whatsoever, and only 5 black spells in the deck. But that's pretty much what Suffocating Curiosity is, and it's definitely an artifact that you can build around. Now, how do you build a deck that'll best take advantage of this, and what loadout score will you need? Well, your loadout score doesn't need to be insanely high. It doesn't need to be 1,200 plus or something like that. Although the loadout score will come quickly as you're farming with it. See, this loadout score being 1118 is 8.45 health, or 8.45 times health and damage. But if I unequip a piece of gear and I bring down my loadout score accordingly, Let's unequip a lot of it. Let's bring it down all the way, actually. So we'll just take off all of our stuff. Get our loadout score down to 779 here. You'll see that it's still 6.19 times health and damage bonus. So your loadout score, even at 400, is going to be like 4 times. Now it's not going to be 8 times, but that's still going to end up being half of 200,000 plus, or a massive amount of damage. Your loadout score doesn't really matter so much for suffocating winds, although it does if you're going for an extremely high number. Now let's look at the deck that takes advantage of Suffocating Curiosity. First of all, you need blue and black. Blue to activate, black to amplify. You want to be able to turn it on when you want to turn it on. So you need blue spells that are relatively quick to cast and enough of them to where you'll always have one. This right here, this build has 6 of them. It's got Tornado, it's got Water Elemental, Tellurian Winds, Interrogate, and Glint, and Night Veil Stalker. Those 6 spells mean that half my deck are blue. So out of any given 4 spells I'll have on my bar, 2 of them should be blue. I should be able to always activate the winds at will. The other aspect is the black. Now I've got Corpse Fiend, Scathe Zombies, a Thrall, Impale, Abyssal Flame, Interrogate, because it's black and blue, counts for both. Night Veil Stalker, again, counts for both. And Desecrate. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 black spells. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue spells. So I can probably take away one of these blue spells that I'm not going to be using as much and replace it with a black spell to get another 2 times my damage bonus from Suffocating Curiosity. So let's do that actually. We'll amplify it a little more. We will take away Water Elemental. And instead of that, we will go with, let's just grab something with a high gear score so that we keep the damage aspect of it. Even though it's not going to be much, we're going to go with a high rank spell. So, Drudge Skeletons, why not? There we go. It's high rank, it's going to increase the loadout score. So, we now have 5 blue spells and 9 black spells to use. So what's this going to do? Well, let's look at our artifacts again. We'll go 9 black spells times 2 is 18 times. So 18 times 1,000 is 18,000 times our loadout score is how much we're going to be doing with the winds. We will need a loadout score that does a massive amount, and then we're going to need a lot of blue mana sorcery potency. Sorcery potency affects the winds of Suffocating Curiosity. This number will be amplified by this number's percentage. So let's see here. To start with, let's get some artifacts in place that will help. Draconic Flux doesn't really help. In fact, it doesn't do much of anything except summon a dragon. I don't even know why I have it here. It doesn't even have a max gear score. But I have it here anyway, so let's get rid of that. Well, I know why I have it there. I have it there because I wasn't playing a Suffocating Curiosity build when I decided to make this video for you guys. So let's see here. We're going to find, out of our rank 20 artifacts for Mythic, we have Implement of Combustion, and we have Blood-Soaked Altar. Blood-Soaked Altar has black mana creature potency, and Implement of Combustion has Spark Recharge Speed. Neither one of these are going to directly affect the damage of Suffocating Curiosity. Therefore, do any of the artifacts, the mythic artifacts, do so? I don't think so. No. So since none of them do, we're just going for gear score. Oh, this one will do it for black mana sorcery, but that's not going to help us at all, because Suffocating Curiosity is considered blue sorcery. So we will go with, we'll summon dragons every time. Or I'm sorry, we'll summon demons every time we use Tolarian Winds. Because Tolarian Winds, when I use that to change my hand around, discards the rest of my spells. And, I'm sorry, we need Sacrifice is what it is. Do we have any sack outlets? Desecrate? Yes, Desecrate, there. So we'll create a Sacrifice outlet, a demon, whenever we cast Desecrate. Big deal. Again, this artifact doesn't do us any good, except for the gear score, the loadout score. So, that's what we're running with there. Winter Orb has a 250 control rating, and it stuns any creatures that are around us when we cast a spell using blue mana. Now, that's definitely great, because it's CC, it'll control them. But, is there a greater artifact that's better? Well, what would we be looking for, boys and girls? We'd be looking for a blue mana sorcery or a chromatic mana sorcery boost. Not Soul Steel, not white. There's black. No. Again, your artifacts don't seem to matter, do they? Look at that. So, actually, I believe there might be one that does matter. Where are you? There it is. Whenever you cast a sorcery, nearby foes gain greater vulnerability for 20 seconds, and you gain lesser vulnerability for 12. Now, we're casting an awful lot of sorceries, and while we don't really want to have lesser vulnerability on us, greater vulnerability will increase the damage that they take by, I believe it's 25%. So basically your Suffocating Curiosity Winds will be amplified by wearing Cursed Idol, but it's ancillary, because you're going to have to cast another sorcery in order for this to happen. And it'll happen for 12 or 10 seconds, which happens to be long, or almost as long as the winds lasts. So the two can go hand in hand very well. We'll go with the Cursed Idol. Next, let's look at our lesser artifacts. What are we looking for again? Planeswalkers, we're looking for blue sorcery. There we go. Blue mana sorcery potency 150. Not bad. Blue mana sorcery potency 200. Not bad. Blue mana sorcery potency 213. Okay, that's 213. Can I increase this? Do I have the... Oh, I got plenty of mythics. Should I? Should I? Yeah, let's do it. Okay. We'll get this maxed out. There we go. It should be 250 now. There it is. So 250, 200, and 150. Now, do I have anything that's higher than those three for blue mana or chromatic sorcery? Chromatic sorcery, you've heard me say a lot so far. Here's one. That's 75 chromatic sorcery. And what chromatic sorcery does is it does the damage of all your sorcery spells regardless of its color. This one looks like it'll go up to 100. The blue mana sorcery potency looks like it'll go up to 150. So this right here combined would be a 250 artifact that boosts. That would replace Seer's Crystal here, which is only 200. And that's it. So if I were to max it out, I would replace Seer's Crystal with it, with the Wizard's Tome. That's not a bad idea, but we'll put a pin in that for now, because it's only a 50 sorcery difference, and again, every point is only 0.03%, so 50 would be 1.5% difference. Not something to scream about, is it? So let's see here. Okay. So again, I'm going to go back and edit this video so that all the numbers are showing when I'm doing this, so that I can keep track and you can keep track on something other than your noggin as to what the addition of all of these ends up being. But right now, we're looking at 250 blue, 450 blue, and 700 blue mana sorcery bonus. Now let's go to our equipment. Now the first thing we're going to want to do is let's look at our gear scores. We're going to take everything that's got the highest gear score and we're going to put it on. So far 47 is the highest. But Jester, you're not even looking at what the skills are on them or what it does for your build. No, I'm not. Do you know why? Because I don't care. Cryptic did a disservice to us by making these equipment's loadout scores matter so much more than what the effects on the item actually is. So all we really care about is what that number, this number right up here, you see that 35 here for the head wrap? Yeah, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that number to be as high as possible, because that increases your loadout score. And your loadout score is the only thing that matters as far as these abilities are concerned. The abilities are all sometime abilities. They're not abilities that happen very often. Call of the Pioneer, 57. That's pretty high. I don't think I'm going to do better than that. So, let's see, what did I replace with that? Scavengers, which was 52. Now that doesn't have any sorcery potencies. Next, after going through the helms and getting our highest gear score item, we'll go through and make sure that we didn't have anything that was a high sorcery potency that we would want to have there instead. Going through one at a time here. And no. Now there are some exceptions to what I just told you. There are some exceptions of abilities that are extremely overpowered. And with those items, you might want to wear those instead of worrying about the gear score. But if you follow the general rule of thumb that you're going to put the highest loadout score items on, then the rest of your gear that doesn't have, extremely awesome game-breaking mechanics on their activates and things like that, those won't take up too much of your loadout score, because the rest of your loadout score will be whatever you have that's highest. So you won't lose as much, and you'll still have those effects. So let's go with our highest loadout score item that we have. So far I've seen a 31, 44, there's a 54. We'll grab that for now. What do I have that's higher than 54? There's a 57. Okay. There we go. Now we go through just like we did with the helms, and we're looking for our sorcery potencies. Or again, like I said, any of the game-breaking skills. But I'm not going to be demonstrating that, because while there are some, and I do have quite a few, I'm not going to be using them, because chances are you're not going to be using them. And what good would it be for me to show you how to get your winds damage way up and tell you that this is how you do it, and then use stuff that you don't have in order to do it. You know, it just doesn't make sense. So, for instance, this is really good. Kill a foe with your secondary. Up to 3 creatures you control gain lesser haste. That's good. It's not game breaking though, but it's good. 51. There's another one. 250 utility recharge speed for 10 seconds whenever you use your secondary. That's tasty. Very crunchy. Okay, that's it. So now we go to the arm guards. There's a 47. There's a 58. Look at that right away, right off the top. Do I have anything higher than 58? Probably not. There's a 57. But it doesn't have potency. Neither does this one, so it doesn't matter. Well, this one has green mana potency. That doesn't really help us. We need blue or chromatic. So looking through, we actually do have some wrist guards I'd like to show you. That if you have them, not particularly for this build, but for other builds, would take place of a loadout score item, like I was speaking of earlier. That you wear it even if it's got low loadout score. That's this, the Illusionist's Bracers. If you have these, whenever you kill a foe with your class ability, I'm just on a tangent here, you will reduce your class's active ability cooldowns by 5%. That's huge. That means if you kill 3 things with your class ability cone or your Beast Caller's axe or something, it will lower both cooldowns, your ability and or your secondary and your utility, by 15%. You kill 10 things, 50%. You just cut it in half. You're gaining your speed twice as fast. It's very broken, very, very broken. You can make entire builds based on that. Anyways, I digress. Let's go back to looking for any sorceries. No, none. Boots. 30. There's a 56. We'll start with that. Oh, 56, and whenever I use my utility, I get 250 blue mana sorcery potency? Okay. 250. So we were at 700. This would bring it to 950. I don't believe I'm going to do better than that. Even if I have a perfect 60 piece, I would definitely wear the 58 plus ability instead. Those are nice boots. There's another 58. Yeah, doesn't even come close though. Alright, so sorcery on that. 52. I know I got 2 that are higher than 52, but that's just a placeholder. Man, I got a lot of these. 57. And any other higher than 40 and 52? There's a 53. Okay. No sorcery bonuses. Alright. Neither one of these have a sorcery bonus, so now we'll look for sorcery bonuses. I wish there was a better way to sort and everything, but since this is still beta, you know, none of that stuff really exists yet. They really have to fix quite a few things in order to make this quality of life a little bit better. But I'm suffering with you, Planeswalkers. I'm with you, boys. We're doing this together. Oh, we're going through this hand in hand here. Alright. Let's see. Maybe not hand in hand. Don't you be holding my hand now. Unless you're cute. No. There's a lot of these. There's a shocking lack of sorcery potency in gear. This is absolutely shocking. I never even noticed that there isn't much at all. So we have 700 and 250. We have 950 so far. That's it. We have 950 blue and chromatic sorcery potency. So 950 times 0.03% per is 28.5% boost. So if we come back here, Suffocating Curiosity, this right here, this number gets a 28.5% boost, which is going to bring it up to about 1350 damage per second. Then from that 1350 damage per second, it's going to be multiplied by 2 times the number of black spells in your deck. So we'll say 1350, library, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 18 times 1350 is going to be roughly 24,000. 24,000 sounds right. The actual number's probably showing up here for you because I already told you that I'm going to go back and edit this and put it up there as text for you. So we'll say 24,000, and then you multiply that by the loadout score, which is 8.73. So I'm expecting to see 160, about 192k hits from the winds that aren't critical. And that's going to be against things that are just normal. Then you're going to have creatures that are weak to blue. And then it's going to amplify even further and go up higher and critical for like 450k and things like that. But that's not the norm. The norm is going to be 192. Except there's another source of potency. Look at that. The Mere Assassin has plus 500 sorcery potency. That's 15% more. So we're actually looking now over 200k standard. Okay, boys, there you go. So we'll go with the Mere Assassin. We'll run with him. Then, on top of this, let's go to the traits. Let's see, do we have any traits that will affect it? That doesn't help. Non-creature spells grant a +1 to creatures. Forget that. When you draw a spell, you gain lesser resistance. Who cares? But when you discard things, gain greater vulnerability. Okay, we'll keep that. This one keeps me alive. I don't care about living. So is there anything that we can replace these with that will matter? No. And the other 3 are equipped. So no, that's it. So now we're going to be ticking over 200k. Do you believe me? Am I wrong? Did I screw this up? Let's see, shall we? What are we going to do in order to prove it? Let's go to a mission. Let's go to Goblin mission. Yeah. We'll try. Which is the one that has all the goblins? No. Ooh, is that it? I want the one with the goblins up in towers. Which one is that? Well, it's not Mana Rig. Is it this one? Diplomatic Mission? No. I think it's this one. Yes, I'm pretty sure this is it. It's going to be one where you get points for killing enemies. So it's either that one or this one. And entrance to his lair. So no, it's against the hordes. We're going to do this one. We're going to go all the way up to master difficulty. Yay! Because they get a lot of health, which means we can hit them really, really hard and watch a lot of these numbers happen. We're also going to queue up personally, solo. We don't want anybody bothering us. And oh, they're going to be trucking us too. So this is going to be fun. And I believe we're all set. Let's take a second look at our library and loadout. Actually, we're going to be losing health and running in vulnerability because of Cursed Idol and the Blood-Soaked Altar. So since those two are a factor, let's do this on Expert. No? Am I being a wuss? Am I being a wuss, boys? Am I being terrible here? Alright, fine. We'll leave it as is. Okay. And let's go get them, boys. Let's see how high we tick, shall we? Grab my Xbox controller.
Flee this place or be destroyed.
Flee this place or be destroyed. No, I don't think I will. How about you guys?
Beyond
Do you
this gate,
guys
the
think I'm going to be
goblins are
destroyed?
ravaging.
I see that I have an interrogate there. I think that's going to keep me from being destroyed. Can I interrogate? There's the towers. What are we ticking? 175. That's not that great. I was off. Oh, you know why? Because I haven't triggered my utility, which is about to happen. Utility. There it is. Declaring wins. Now we're taking 219. There we go. 219. That's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah? We're doing alright with that? Okay, let's pop some flame. Get out of dodge. Pop utility again. See, the problem is that vulnerability. And these guys are trucking pretty hard. Oh, they're hitting for a lot. $219. Yay! So as long as I keep hitting,
stand aware, traveler. More goblins are on their
blue
way.
spells to keep my wins going, and I keep hitting utility in order to amplify it a little further because of the vulnerability. I'm going 220 per tick. 220k per tick. This is roughly 500,000 DPS. Roughly. Speaking of which, I have a DPS meter I'm writing right now for the game. If you stay tuned for my next set of videos, one of them is going to probably be how to install and set it up, and you too can have a DPS meter for when you're feeling like going out there and breaking some faces. Let's get some creatures out here. That's part of our problem. We don't have anything taunting. We have nothing that's helping us not take this damage. We don't want to look like a total jerk on our video stream and or on our content, our tutorial, and get our butts kicked for everybody. That would just be bad. Okay, be bad. Kill the tower. Pop a flint. Now I'm starting to die here. Alright. Well, it's a good thing we've got some soul steel potency, because we're going to have to kill some mobs in order to get some health. Although we are Demir, which means invuln. You can't kill me. Oh, there's a health bubble. You can't kill me. I am invulnerable. I am Demir. Okay, not invulnerable anymore. More health bubbles. So basically, you're watching me run around and letting winds kill everything. Like Suffocating Curiosity. I'm not killing anything personally, really. I'm just trying to stay alive. So, if what you're seeing here is too much action on the screen for you to follow, I'll try and dictate. I've got a blue spell up, which means I can reset winds whenever I want. I have Abyssal Flame for some damage. Those two are both going to help. I'm on wave 5 now. There's my winds. We gotta pop winds as soon as we can. Try to get some green health bubbles from somewhere. Pop some damage. Keep winds going with another blue spell. There's an Impale, there's a Stalker. That's a blue spell. Always cast the blue spells, and then when you run out of blue spells, you use Tolarian Winds in order to get a new hand. And that should get you more blue spells. When I see a Desecrate, I'm going to be able to... There it is. There's a Desecrate. Make it even. That will also discard one of my spells and give me a possibility of drawing a blue spell. There's a blue spell. So you just use the blue spells as your winds tick down. Use utility in order to amplify your winds as you can. Pop the creatures that come out that are black because you'll get rid of the black spell and it'll replace it. Plus, they'll do a good job tanking for you. So I have Tornado I'm sitting on right now waiting for the next wave. Up, there's one. Pop a Tornado at it. Get winds going. Tower's dead. There's some more goblins.
Ogres, eyes wide!
There's another tower. Tolarian Winds because I didn't have any other blue spells left. That discarded my hand and I got an Interrogate out of it. Interrogate is a blue spell. Now I'm starting to run low on life, so we'll go invulnerable again. Because we're an assassin. Mirror Assassin's Spark ability is an iframe while you're using it. So you can just spam it and they can't really hit you. This lets you preserve your health while creating health globes out of your monsters that you're fighting. There's an Interrogate. Get the winds going again. Now we need to hit a utility in order to put the vulnerability back up. And we're sitting on Tornado, so we're just waiting. Okay, there's vulnerability. Tornado. Alright, 2 19s. Not bad. And this one didn't get hit with the vulnerability because it's a range. Okay, I've got some creatures here. I've got all black spells. We're going to use that Desecrate to cycle one of them. So let's find some creatures. There's some. Desecrate them. There's a demon and a discard, and it gave us a blue spell. Pop the Corpse Fiend. It's a creature. Get the blue spell started, and then kill some more. This is a wild ride. This is exactly what the future of Magic Legends is going to be. It's going to be very Diablo 3 style.
They're building more towers.
Running through, killing as fast as you can, and then doing it again. The big grind of an ARPG in order to get the best artifacts, the best spells, and the resources necessary to upgrade them. I'm getting trucked. Let's get out of there. Okay. Now, Clarion Winds because I'm out of blue. Make us some damage. Nice. We've got an Interrogate up. We've got 2 low-cost Black Teeth. The Drudge Skeletons and the Scathes are cheap, which is good because that means you're not wasting your mana by getting rid of them. Looking for... Oh, stay away, by the way. If you have a build like this, you see these you see those white shields? Those are your bane. Those right there are reflect. They will take the damage that you do them and put it right back on you. Since you're doing an awful lot of damage, it will kill you. It won't just kill you now. It'll kill you, and then it'll kill you again, and again, and again, and again, because it's just so much damage. You will die so quickly, you won't even know what the hell happened. So, stay away. Oh, stay away. Okay, now pop them while the shields are down. Okay, safe. Stay away from the yellow shields. If you're ever running around and you hit something for 3 million damage because, you know, you're Billy Badass, and you take a look and you're dead. You went from full health to dead. What happened? Well, it's that reflect mechanic. It's not impossible to work around.
This must surely be the last of them.
If
Still
you
wins, Traveler.
did ever play Reaper of Souls Diablo, then you know what I'm talking about. It's the one mechanic everybody complains about. They just, it will kill the best gamers. Nothing you can do about reflect. The other thing is sometimes you don't even see it coming. You go into them. Oh man, that was a lot of damage we just did. You go into them. There's another lot of damage. Oh my god. That must have been 20 million DPS. But yeah, you don't even see it coming. You run up to them, you go to hit them, and then, oh, look, they're a reflect mob. Nothing you can do about that. There's another version called Retaliate that what it does is it hits you back when you hit it. But that's just an attack, so it's something that you can deal with. I really think that they should tone it down because it's obvious that so far for Magic Legends we have a lower ceiling of player skill so far, because a lot of people that are playing aren't into ARPGs. They're playing because they're coming from Magic the Gathering, the card game, or they're coming from Magic Arena, or they're coming from even as old as Manalink and Chandelar, you know, the original isometric Magic ARPGs, and or battle arenas, or MOBAs that were Magic based, and they're all coming over because of that magic. Shoot. This guy's yellow. Well, he fell just as quickly as the rest of the goblins, so didn't he? In any case, yeah, so they're coming over from that. They're not really ready for that kind of a game mechanic that will kill them instantly. Now, the people who are coming from ARPGs like D3 and the like, they'll be ready for it. But, yeah, they might have to tone it down for the rest of their demographic. And there we go. There you are, boys. That was a 219. It was well done. And that's how you get your Suffocating Curiosity wins so high. Thank you. This has been Hedonist Jester. And this has been another tutorial video from Magic Legends.